I'm about to give Jane Hayes a call. She's from the Birmingham Mail, so that's kind of the local newspaper here, the local online media, Birmingham Mail. What I always find about these investigations that I do is that when I'm in the town, when I'm in the city, wherever I am, the local newspaper and the local media organisation get in touch. They want to know what I'm doing, why I'm here, what I'm doing, poking my nose into their business. And it's a really curious thing. And I think this is the classic case between alternative media and regular media, is that because we bother, because we turn up at places, because we don't just sit behind our desk reiterating other online nonsense, they can't quite get their heads around it, that people are trying to do honest reporting and they want to know what you're up to. So I'm just about to give Jane a call and we'll see what she has to say. You know, part of me always wants to ask them, why don't you do some reporting for once? Why don't you find your own story?
Hello, Jane Haynes.
Hi Jane, it's Katie Hopkins. How are you doing?
Oh, hello. How are you?
Yeah, well, thank you. Very good, very good.
Good. Enjoying the sights of Birmingham.
Enjoying Birmingham, and I will say it's not a place I come to often, if I'm honest, Jane.
So
Yeah.
you should come more often.
I know, it turns out there's
Beautiful
quite
city.
nice bits and there's some quite interesting bits, but everyone's been very jolly today.
Excellent. Oh, it's Eid, you see, so everyone's in a good mood.
You are right, and I think there's a few people I've been speaking to were up all night for Eid, and then they're still awake today.
Excellent. So, Katie, what are you doing here in Birmingham? What's brought you to the gates of Anderton Park Primary?
Anderton Park Primary is really, I guess, the centre of a national story, so that's why it's of interest to me. I am beyond flabbergasted by the lack of coverage by the left. I am beyond shocked by the fact that the typical lefties that you would expect to see calling out something like this, you know, Stephen Fry, Owen Jones, Pink News, Stonewall, where are they?
Owen Jones has been to Birmingham and done a documentary about it. Pink News cover it all the time. I mean, it's in Pink News quite a lot.
I think there's a way of, but I think the way that they're covering it isn't entirely honest. What I haven't seen is anybody get amongst who's behind this, who's funding this, the mosques that are involved in this. I've not seen anybody, unless you can correct me, of course, report very honestly about the factions within the Muslim community. You know, there's Muslims who aren't part of the protests who are receiving death and rape threats. I don't know if you've covered that at the Birmingham Mail.
Yeah, we've done a little bit.
A little bit? Could you point me to where that is? A little bit on rape threats. I don't know how you do a little bit on rape threats. Could you show me can you send me the link for where you've covered that?
Not about that, because
You've not covered it.
So where have you heard rape threats?
But you just said you have. You just said you did cover that. So I'm just questioning where it is that you.
No. I think that we've certainly covered that. There's been a lot of animosity and a lot of concerns around.
I know it was a rape threats. You said you covered.
Within the Muslim community, and that there are lots of different opinions on whether this is
not
the right
opinions,
way
rape
forward,
threats.
and whether the protests are good or not.
Yeah, no, mass
but
rape
not,
threats. I'm
not,
asking
not in
about.
the sense that you've just presented it as kind of rape threats. That's a new one on me.
Ah, okay. So when you said you'd covered it, you meant you hadn't covered it. So that's really why I'm here, is to help bring to light stories that mainstream media don't seem to be covering. And it's curious to me that the mainstream media has missed out entirely the pressure being put on some individuals to sign petitions, for example, the use of Romanians to sign petitions who don't understand what they're signing. I think there's just been a lot of media distortion of the truth, and I think that's what we're seeing more and more, is the need for alternative media like myself to come on scene and try and tell the real deal, because you guys don't seem to be doing it.
Yeah. So where are you going to publish your sort of findings and your interviews, Katie? Is this something you're doing kind of independently?
No, it's not something I'm doing independently. There's a very large American audience for this, and it's the reason why actually I tried to involve local people. So I'm meeting the organiser later. I've been inside homes this morning around the school. I've been at the Birmingham Central Mosque to talk to people there. And I think that's what we do on the ground, alternative media. We just get amongst the story. Have you left your office today by any chance?
I mean, I know the story intimately, and I know all the characters.
Have you left your office today?
I've been to many homes and spoken to many people.
Have you left your office today?
I'm not really sure what you're driving at.
You told me that your deadline for your top story that's breaking is later on. You told me it's going live soon. My question is, have you left the office today to speak to anybody about the story you're writing about, or are you just regurgitating other people's material?
Really, so.
You're just writing about me. And well, you're just writing about me.
You and what your
Yes.
presence in
Yes,
Birmingham
you're going to write about
aiming
me.
to do.
Jane, you're going to write about me. I specifically offered to meet you at a time of your choosing by the school today, and you didn't want to meet me. And you're writing about me.
I wasn't able to. So,
Yeah, you weren't able to.
A phone call.
Why weren't you able to?
Would be sufficient.
Why, if you're writing about me, why didn't you come and meet me?
Because you presented a video which sets out.
So you didn't need to leave your office. You could just
some of your
regurgitate.
lines.
You regurgitate the stuff I put out as alternative media. You seem to look down on alternative media, and yet you're the one who hasn't left your office today, Jane. I think the Birmingham Mail and yourself should be really disappointed in the way the mainstream media is going. I don't expect to receive a fair article from you, but I do encourage you to get out of your office more. Have a great day. Thanks, Jane. Thanks, Jane. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And that's exactly the point. That's the Birmingham Mail. They get in touch with me because they're looking and stalking my stuff online. They have a sneering attitude towards alternative media, and yet she's writing a piece about me and my presence in Birmingham. I offered, I can show you the email, to meet her at a time of her choosing at the school if she wished, and she didn't want to meet me because she doesn't want to leave her office. And that's the state of the media in this country today. It's just pure bone idleness, recycling old gumph online, and it drives me crazy. And yet somehow these guys are on payroll. Really makes me wonder how we're getting our news these days.